Your morning consumer news. The U.S. economy shrank for the first time in nearly 3 years. New data shows GDP fell 0.3% from January through March, the first quarterly decline since 2022. The economy had been growing, with GDP rising nearly 2.5% in the final quarter of last year. More Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week than expected. The Labor Department says roughly 240,000 people made initial jobless claims. That's 14,000 more than the previous week. The report also shows it's taking longer for unemployed people to find new jobs, with continuing claims rising to levels not seen since November 2021. Those numbers don't include federal employees, who are counted separately. Time to check your pantry. Hormel is recalling more than 256,000 pounds of this canned beef stew. The USDA says 20-ounce cans of Dinty Moore beef stew may be contaminated with wood pieces. Look for cans with a best by February 2028 date. The products were shipped to retailers nationwide after at least 3 complaints of wood in the stew. No injuries have been reported so far. A growing number of communities across the country are trying to reduce landfill waste and encouraging composting. Some cities are turning to special smart bins to help increase access and make composting as convenient as possible. Natalie Brand shows us how it works.
Kara Simon started composting food scraps 15 years ago, but living in an urban setting made it difficult until this moved into her neighborhood. A new smart compost bin. Users download an app to find one and unlock it, then toss in their leftovers.
It's easier than you think.
For years, several major cities have had big belly bins for trash and recycling. Now the company is offering the composting containers, which first launched in New York.
Food waste diversion is in its infancy in the United States.
Big Belly co-founder Jeff Satwitz says his concept is expanding, landing here in Arlington County, just outside of Washington, D.C.
When food waste is sent to a landfill, it generates methane, which is one of the more potent greenhouse gases that exist.
Instead of the landfill, it comes to this local facility where the food scraps are churned into compost.
The newer materials dumped here at the front of the unit.
Adam Rydell, Arlington County's environmental program manager, says while it's good for the environment, it's also helping to solve a growing problem.
Food waste is one of these items where it's very easy to process. It just breaks down naturally. You kind of just let nature do what it does, and you end up with this very nutrient-rich mix at the end that then can be reused to grow even more food.
The Environmental Protection Agency says nearly a quarter of all food waste goes into landfills. Satwitz wants to change that.
For me personally, it's about setting up the world for the next generation. I just had a kid, and I'd like her to enjoy a cleaner world than I grew up in.
If people don't take small steps like this, what do you worry about?
I worry about the future of the kids who live here and the future of our environment.
Kara Simon sees this simple action as one way she can help protect the planet.